Budgeting. 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 You have a chance to change your fortunes by getting yourself more educated financially to start building more wealth for yourself and your family. Welcome to Financial Guru. Today you will start your journey towards financial freedom by getting your own house in order. Budget. The word budget is not as scary as you may think. It really is a lifestyle change. For some of you it may be hard at first, but the key to changing habits is to be consistent and persistent. If you truly want to learn financial independence, continue watching now. Let's get started. Today I will give an example on monthly budgets. Your needs can be different, but this will guide the way to making your own individual or joint budget. This monthly budget example is for an average family with 2 adults and 2 kids, with a total annual income of $80,000, which after tax differs from country to country, but let's say it's 17.5%, leaving you with a yearly salary cash in hand of $66,000, which is around $12.69 a week and just over $5,000 for the month. You will see on the screen now a monthly budget. I will first look at the expenses and then look into the savings. So our monthly income starts at $5,076.92. The first major expense is a mortgage. Buying an average priced home around the world is around $600K with 20% deposit, which leaves you with $480K loan left to pay off over a 30-year period. At an average interest rate over the 30 years of 4%, you would pay $2,292 per month for the 30 years, as you can see on the budget. I have added the 92 cents to the house repayments. The rest of the monthly budget is simple. Housing is complex. Some people go on interest only to use the money elsewhere, like in a business or in the share market. There are tax advantages for rentals if running at a loss. All stuff you can look up, or I will provide in the channel in the future videos. House content insurance. For this example, we're going to estimate $12,000 a year, so only $100 a month. It could be different in your neighborhood. Next is food. This is a controversial one, but for this example, I have chosen $720 a month, which is $180 a week. You could argue both ways, you need more or less. Growing your own veggies and some fruit trees will save you money into the future. Now let's look at petrol. For 2 cars, we're looking at about $200 a month for $50 a week. Again, depending where you live, where you work, it can be cheaper or dearer. But there are some solutions that you may like to look at in terms of car sharing with workmates or your partner, catching the bus, getting on the train, walking or biking to work are all good ways to cut down on spending. Phone is pretty self-explanatory. If you have a work phone that you can use for your personal use, even better. Now streaming services, Netflix, Disney, ESPN, HBO Max, depending where you are in the world, it can cost you more or less. So $35. You can save money here by only having one of these services. For the people out there that don't use any streaming services, congratulations, you have extra money to save. But I know some of you will be saying it's very cheap because some of the sporting ones cost a lot more in different countries. But with a lot of streaming services that are a lot cheaper, the cable companies are phasing out. Now we go on to power, internet, or on the fitnesses, registration, rates. $250 a month. Roughly, you may need more than this. And then the final expense is entertainment account. You can argue it's a savings account, but this is to the restaurant, watching a movie, or maybe shopping. Now that we know our expenses, it's time to look at savings. Now remember, some of you will have double this type of money and others a lot less. So you can adjust your saving. A lot of people in the higher echelon try to save 50%, which is easier in the upper class, but the middle class and lower class have to be a little bit more savvy with our budgets. In this monthly budget, we're saving around 24%, So as you can see on the screen, first we have emergency fund. I love an emergency fund, as you never know what unexpected things can happen in your life. Whether a big doctor's bill, pet bill, car needs fixing, a dentist, 5k. Always having a buffer of safety gives you peace of mind. You may get up to as much as 20k after 2 or 3 years depending on your budget. Then you could decrease your monthly emergency fund a year once you get up to 20k or a figure you're more comfortable with, and invest more. Ideally, you may get a pay rise, which will help, or find side hustle to make extra money, like selling at the markets. Next is shares at $385 a month are the easiest way to make money. Once you have done enough research on the company, although initially it takes time, but over time this gets faster and quicker to analyze companies. There are so many options when investing in shares, but for someone that really want to have passive income and maybe earn some dividends along the way, you can invest in companies like Apple, Microsoft, Domino's Pizza, that are steady companies that pay you a small dividend, which a company generally pays out quarterly. A small cash payment already predicted for the year, with these type of companies pay each quarter around 1 to 3% a year for a growing company like Apple. Not every company provides a dividend, only some do. You can have a dividend rate much higher, between 5 to 10% dividend return each year, but most of these stocks are high risk or on a decline, and even losing money. So be very careful. Growth stocks like Uber, Airbnb and cruise lines are currently running at a loss, so the company is losing money. That doesn't mean it will happen into the future, but it's something to look at. I will explain more about shares in videos coming up, so you can learn more about it. Subscribe to the channel. Remember to smash the like button, would be much appreciated to help this channel grow. So for shares, you'll get 4.6k a year in shares. It is a starting point, but if you can make a lot more, or even if you get making less, it doesn't matter on your current situation. Getting started in investing as soon as possible is the key towards compounding wealth, which will continue over time if you keep investing. Real estate funds are your chance to save for another house, or do renovations to improve your current house, or you may want to pay a lump sum off your house. Real estate is getting more and more expensive each year, so having money ready to go is great. You could also use this money for side hustles like selling clothes, bath salts, computer programming courses, or contracting yourself out, and business adventures depending on what you want to do. Real estate repairs, maintenance to your house is often forgotten, but a new roof, fence, floorboards need repair, kitchen or bathroom needs updating, ventilation systems, underfloor heating are all costly exercises. So saving up for these, you know you have cover for a lifetime. Side note, same for rentals, can be costly, so using some of your rental income to pay for your maintenance is essential to building wealth, so you're not tapping into your own income. Rental income is another way to have extra cash coming in. If you have a spare room, a flash guest house, or sleep out, they are good ways to get extra income. Maybe you should start your own Airbnb, perhaps. Car savings. To buy a used car, in this monthly budget you only get about $1,000 a year, so it's not a lot of money, but it's always a start, and you can always add to it when you get more money coming in. I prefer to only have one car, as it's quite costly to keep running when you got the petrol, the maintenance, the warrant of it, and the registration. It all adds up. Unless you're in the top tier money makers, where money is more abundant, that is where we're aiming to go towards. We are looking to become the next big thing. Maybe not for all of you, but you should strive for financial freedom. You are seeking the knowledge to invest and save money so you can leave a legacy and teach people the knowledge you have learned. Which leaves us with holiday savings. We all like to go on trips, and this is a good time to save for a big adventure long time down the track. For the ones that are at lower middle class, exploring our own backyard is a good way to not have to spend so much money, and you get to help out the economy. Budgeting is a lifestyle change, a good way to set up you for financial freedom. If you want to save more on holidays, it's absolutely fine. You have to cut back somewhere else. That is your monthly budget, giving you a quick snippet of what you could look at getting yourself into the savings mode to build wealth. Always evaluate your expenses every 6 months. Think to yourself, do I really need that cup of coffee from Starbucks every day? Should I make my own lunch instead of buying each day? And cut out some streaming services like Netflix. Look for new ways to build wealth through side hustles, stocks, real estate, art, cryptocurrencies, and so much more.